Do you guys know what the Bitcoin investor says to those who want Bitcoin? Mine. All right, guys, huge disclaimer. Nothing in this video is financial advice. All these views are my own. This is where I personally think Bitcoin will be going if hyper-Bitcoinization occurs. Now, the things about me and trading is I'm not trying to time the market. To be honest, guys, I'm just trying to dollar cost average. I'm not trading on leverage. I'm not doing all this crazy stuff. I'm here for the technology. I'm here for the long run. I strongly believe in this, and this is why I hold on to my Bitcoin position and just stick with the simple method of dollar cost averaging. I'm going to get right into the meat of this price prediction because I have a lot of other Bitcoin videos that I will be sure to put up here somewhere. So if you guys want to see more awesome crypto content, please be sure to subscribe. So in the next year or so, where do I think Bitcoin's going to go? I think Bitcoin is pretty much going to be the new unit of account in the future. I think Bitcoin will actually flip gold in the next couple of years. Currently, we're seeing a price of Bitcoin of $48,000 approximately. It's going up and down a lot. If it were to flip the price of gold, we have an $11 trillion market cap for gold. We would see a 12.63x from where we're at now, or this would be $614,000 per Bitcoin. By the end of the year, though, I could see it hitting between $100,000 and $200,000 per Bitcoin. I don't think we're going to flip gold, by the end of the year or even next year, likely. I think that will be a ways off. And the basis for my price prediction here between the $100,000 and $200,000 range is based off the stock to flow model. I'll put the graph here, but you can see the value if the stock to flow goes accordingly to Bitcoin, and it holds true to Bitcoin. This is the price range between $100,000 and $200,000 that I believe. There's a lot of basis. I could talk about the fundamentals for days, and I will do that in other videos. But this is also based off the successful rollout to Bitcoin in places like El Salvador, and I know that Cuba is accepting Bitcoin payments now too. So this is something definitely to consider. So everyone, what's going to happen if hyper-Bitcoinization occurs? Hyper-Bitcoinization is essentially the inflection point where Bitcoin becomes the default value system in the world. I'm going to put this beautiful graph right here by the visual capitalist. Essentially, there's $360 trillion of wealth in the world. If hyper-Bitcoinization happens, we don't know when. It could be happening in the next 10 years, 20, 40, 80. We don't know for certain. We would see a 391x from where we are now at about $48,000 per Bitcoin. This would lead to a price of about $19 million per Bitcoin. Guys, this is crazy. This is crazy to think about. This is if and only if Bitcoin becomes the global monetary unit of account. And things would be priced in Satoshis. Obviously, you don't need a full Bitcoin to do things. Obviously, it'd be nice to have a full Bitcoin, but things would be priced in Satoshis, and that's kind of what would happen. This would be a monetary unit of account. You want to go to Starbucks, be a few Satoshis there. I would say that this price prediction of $19 million per Bitcoin is conservative if hyper-Bitcoinization happens, because we're going to see total global value and wealth increase between, I would say, 5 to 7% per year, likely. That is something to consider. So this $360 trillion global value likely will be between $400 and $500 trillion in the next, 20, 30 years, etc. The global value is always increasing. So guys, I'm going to bring up some considerations because this is crazy to think about. A Bitcoin value of $19 million. We haven't even gotten to $1 million Bitcoin value yet, Paul. Come on. I think hyper-Bitcoinization will happen. I think a more realistic price prediction, if this happens, would be between $5 and $10 million per coin. This is considering, we have tons of successful rollouts to different countries. We're going to see a lot of successful rollouts. This is a very rosy scenario, guys. I think this is a very optimistic way of looking at where Bitcoin is headed. The thing that I want to let everyone know about hyper-Bitcoinization is if everything gets priced into Bitcoin, well, what's going to happen to Ethereum and Cardano and Solana and all these other awesome projects? What's going to happen? I don't think we're just going to have every single thing get valued in Bitcoin necessarily. I think what likely will happen is these projects will chip into that $360 trillion total global value. For example, we're going to have, $300 trillion of value with Bitcoin, and then we're going to have, 40 or 100 trillion in Cardano or, Ethereum, whatever. But it's not going to be 100% everything in Bitcoin. There will be other blockchains taking a part of this value. So guys, this is my price prediction. I think it can go between 100 and 200K by the end of the year. I think likely we're going to see this flip gold's market cap, which should be a total of around 600,000 per Bitcoin. And then long term, if HyperBitcoinization happens, we can see between 19 and $20 million per Bitcoin. And that's just the most optimistic scenario, in my opinion. I do like being conservative with my estimates. That's why I say between $5 and $10 million per Bitcoin. But this is if all goes well, there's no bans, there's no crazy FUD happening. And I'm someone that likes to look at the glass half full rather than empty. And I do believe strongly in this technology. So I'm very excited to see it roll out in the coming years, even further than it already has now. So guys, I really enjoyed putting this video together. I haven't done a price prediction in a while, but I'm really trying to focus a lot on Bitcoin right now. And you guys will see why in the next couple of weeks. But anyways, I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day and weekend. And it's been a good time. And please be sure to comment, rate, subscribe, like. It means a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one.